Yep, let it out. Yeah. What did you ask? Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Hot Ones, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today, I'm joined by the Botanist. He's fresh off a scorching hot 2023 that included his debut single, Blue World, playing Hags Fest, and dropping a new remix a week for 3 straight months this summer. Mr. Botanist, pleasure to have you. How are you with hot foods?
You know what, Sean? I'm all right. I'm not gonna sit here and claim I'm good. I'm kind of freaking out with this in front of me, but I'm excited to be here. We're ready. I'm in it with you.
Absolutely. So we're gonna start off with just a classic hot sauce. If we wanna just dive right in, should be just a nice sweet delight.
I can do that.
Mr. Botanist, you've always been into music and had one of the deeper bags of music knowledge that I've ever seen. What do you credit for your love of music and ability to turn that into a passion and a career?
Yeah, I'd say I would credit probably my family for the love of music. My dad was a big into the whole 60s, 70s rock scene. I have 3 older siblings. They were always listening to whatever was hot out when I was young. Always was interested in what was cool, what was new, and then when I came of age, I started looking into music myself. So yeah, I think it started pretty early on. Started playing some instruments when I was young and then kind of just went from there.
What kind of instruments do you play?
Yeah, I started off with guitar. That was my first instrument. Moved on to piano, drums, bass, pretty much everything. My home growing up, we had a lot of different instruments laying around. And so just got to try out whatever I wanted and just kind of taught myself from there. Cheers.
Cheers.
Not bad.
It's not bad,
Not
right?
bad. Easy.
As I understand, you're a man of many talents.
Yep.
You certainly know your way around woodworking. You're a Photoshop connoisseur. You even are able to dance with women, say, twice your age. But one thing I want to expand upon is your ability to speak backwards. Where did that come from? And could you just say a quick sentence, Very?
Yeah, I'll start off with where that came from. Gosh, it must have been in middle school, early days of YouTube. I started going down the conspiracy rabbit hole. I don't know if you've heard of it. There's a little Beatles conspiracy that Paul McCartney is dead. And one of their songs, if you play it backwards, it sounds like they're saying Paul is dead, miss him, miss him, miss him. But in reality, it's like, well, he's dead, miss him, miss him, miss him. So I don't know, I heard that once and
That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Once we get that tape, we can roll that back and see if there's any hidden messages in that one.
I threw some in there.
Let's dig right in.
This one looks a little gnarlier. All right, I can feel it a little bit.
It's not too bad, you know? One thing I really want to touch upon is you definitely have a certain vibe to your stage presence, the way you can command a crowd. What do you attribute that to, and do you have any inspirations as far as that goes?
I don't know. I kind of just turn it on when I'm up there. I think it's a natural thing, just being in front of an audience. I love to entertain. I love to make people laugh. Love to have fun. And, I think the worst thing you can do up there is just kind of be the nerd behind the booth, not engaging people. So I try to make sure I'm engaging everyone, dance a little bit, have a little fun, drink a little bit. And I think it's contagious. I think it wears off on people and they have some fun too.
And while we're on this topic of kind of your stage presence, it's almost impossible to do a botanist interview without mentioning the wardrobe. It always seems like you're wearing something that you got from the 7th layer of a vintage store. And of course, there's the helmet. Can we talk a little bit about the helmet? Where does it come from?
Yeah, the helmet, believe it or not, comes from Germany. A very unique manufacturer in Germany I found a few years back. And so after I came up with the Botanist name, I knew I needed a look. I knew I needed something iconic, exciting. Found them and they made it. And it's been a staple ever since. Can't see it anywhere else.
Awesome. Yeah, it definitely has kind of a World War I vibe to it.
Yeah, you gotta stay protected.
I feel like I could see you in some sort of bunker or trench,
Yeah. No, that's always been a goal of mine, to end up in a bunker or a trench, so.
Yeah, well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Up in it a little bit.
Let's do it.
Still not too bad, right?
No, this is flavorful. This is good. This is like, definitely a little bit spicier.
Another thing that interests me about the name, the botanist. Webster's dictionary defines a botanist as an expert of or a student of the scientific study of plants. Which is it? Are you an expert or are you a student?
You know, I like to think of myself as a student of the game. I try to just be a little bit better every day, whether it comes to music, studying plants, trying new things like this. I think the goal is never to be an expert. It's always to be a student, always stay learning.
Absolutely. As a student, there's always something to learn. So what's next for the botanist in terms of actual planting? Marijuana?
You know, it is legal in California now. I heard it can be a lucrative business. I've been looking into, bell peppers, cucumber, eggplant, squash, more of a Thanksgiving type vibe.
Let's get into this now. We're at the 5th hottest, about halfway through here. We've got the ginger goat hot sauce, the original goat. This is gonna come in at 55,000 Scoville. Cheers.
Here we go. Definitely can taste the ginger right away.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's a pineapple and ginger hot sauce.
I'm doing okay. This one might hit a little bit late, but so far so good.
That's the thing, is sometimes there's a bit of a delayed effect. And I sense that you're feeling that right now.
Yeah, don't speak it into existence, but I think we're good.
So, I want to touch a little bit upon your upbringing. You're from the mid-sized suburb Danville in the East Bay area. Danville is ranked as the safest city in California for the 6th year in a row in 2023. Do you think that being a sheltered little baby impacted your levels of indecency as an adult?
I think it played a big role in who I am as an adult. But I've got out there, I've seen the world. I spent some time out in Orlando, Florida. That is not a sheltered place. You see some crazies out there. Florida is everything they say it is and more. So yeah, I think I was a little bit of a sheltered baby growing up, but we turned it around. We're, as I said, always learning, always growing, always expanding.
Absolutely. You mentioned Orlando. What's your favorite part about Orlando? Is it Disney World?
No, I would say Disney World is probably my least favorite part. Hot, crowded, stinky. I'd say the most underrated part about Florida is the nature. They got these springs there that are incredible. Swimming with manatees, just walking through the jungle like you wouldn't get out here in California.
I love springs. Never seen a bad one, All right, we are now moving into the latter half of the show here, and we've got the high desert teak hot masala. I got a little taste of this one prior to the show, and this is one of my favorites. The taste is incredible, but the heat is also very potent. So let's get into it. 72,000 Scoville here.
All right, I've been doing okay so far, but this might be the one.
As I read about you, I see so much that amazes me. Graduated top of your class from UCLA with a degree in mechanical engineering, Masters of Business Administration from Cal Poly, and now finding yourself working as a musician. Personally, it reminds me of up-and-coming artist John Summit, who famously quit his job as a CPA to then become a DJ. What can you say about how you've been able to make that transition and what you've learned from your past experiences that help you?
I would say everything played a big role.
Whew. How you doing? Hanging in there? This is usually when the guests start to see some colors.
Yeah, no, the colors are flying. Where was I? I think everything plays a role in who you are. I was mechanical engineering undergrad, definitely a very technical role, which I think translates well to music. Producing is definitely a very technical thing, but yeah, it's good. It's made me who I am, and I am scared for this next win.
All right, let's get in now to the hotter than L Love Burns hot sauce. Can't say I've tried it before, but it comes in just over 100,000 Scoville. You ready for this one?
We'll see.
We will see for sure. Sometimes you just gotta dive right in. A lot of the time it's the fear that makes it worse. And as FDR once said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So, Mr. Botanist, as I understand in your senior season of high school football, you impressively recorded 13 receptions, telling 148 yards and 0 touchdowns. Do you consider yourself an athlete?
I consider myself a, wow. Did you dig in the huddle for that one? Max Preps?
I have some good researchers here at the team.
Great team, really proud of all you guys. Yeah, I consider myself a lightweight, washed up high school athlete. I think what I really was a a most improved high school athlete. You know, I started off freshman year, 0 playing time. Sophomore year, got a little bit of playing time. Oh, don't touch the eyes.
Nope, do not touch those eyes.
Junior year, varsity, back to no playing time. Senior year, you know, I started, and I'm proud of that. No touchdowns, that'll always haunt me for the rest of my life, but, you know, definitely was getting some catches out there.
Yep, do what you gotta, don't
Yeah,
worry.
I'm definitely not crying behind these glasses.
Yeah, careful around the eyes. So as a washed-up athlete, who do you think would win in a 100-yard dash between you and Tyreek Hill, but both contestants have to eat 3 hot dogs first?
Wait, do you have to eat the wings and then run?
Eat the 3 hot dogs in completion, and then run the 100-yard dash.
Yeah, he's whew. It's just like the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Tyreek's the fastest man on the planet. I'm not. I'm a musician.
I've seen fast musicians before.
Name one.
No, you're right. Musicians aren't fast.
Dude, we should go for the next one.
That we will. Let's get into this next one here. This is Da Bomb. So, Da Bomb Insanity Hot Sauce. This one, I've heard from the guests, is the worst tasting and the hottest, but everyone's got their own opinions. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Dude, I can hear my tongue like crackling like a pop rock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
So let's talk about inspirations. Who inspires you as a musician?
Yeah, I think all types of stuff. I think one thing about me is,
Yep, let it out.
yeah. What did you ask?
Who inspires you as a musician?
I would say at the moment, been very inspired by the scene in Israel, believe it or not. Tel Aviv has a crazy electronic music scene. You got guys like Adam 10, Mitagami, Yamaguchi, but you know, I love all types of stuff. A lot of my stuff is sample based, so you know, I have to dig around to find that.
Woo! Speaking of inspirations, would you say you were inspired by Steve Aoki?
No.
What about Steve A. Really Good?
Steve A really good, yes. No, one of my biggest inspirations. Steve A okay. He's fine. You know, he could be better. He could be Steve A pretty good, but he's not.
Certainly. Before we get into this next week, we're gonna do a segment I like to call Instagram Deep Dive. However, because you have virtually no internet footprint, I've decided to rely upon friends and colleagues to bring me photos of you and have you explain them. So, the first one I'd like to get your answer on is, what exactly is going on here?
Man, what was this? Holy. Dude, that last one just keeps growing and growing.
Yep, that'll do.
I think this was outside of the legendary Kiss Kiss Bang Bang establishment in Koreatown area. Thing about me, some may know, some may not. Whenever I get a little bit intoxicated, I have a tendency to climb trees. You know, I may be 6'4", but I always like a higher vantage point and look down on all the people below.
Nice. 6'4", is that what you put on Hinge?
No, 6'5".
6'5". Man of true talents. Next up, we've got this little gem here. Could you just walk me through what exactly compelled you to take this photo and why you thought minivans were so cool at the time?
So first of all, I'll accept no slack on minivans. You know, I think the caption on this was minivans are the cars that raised me. Grew up in this minivan in the center. After my mom got a new minivan on the left, my dad took that minivan in the center. Then my mom got the minivan on the right. My dad took the minivan on the left. My older brother on the right took the minivan in the center, where he was in college. He graduated from college, got a new car. I took the minivan in the center, and really sad to say we had to give that minivan away just about 2 months ago. It served me from the time I was 0 years old to the ripe age of 26 I'm at right now.
That's incredible.
RIP minivan.
Nice. All right, we've got one more photo here for you to explain. Can you just walk me through what's going on in this picture?
Yeah, so this is Halloween, senior year of college. I'm notoriously bad at planning, especially when it comes to, Halloween outfits. This was a last minute throw together. Turned out to be a real hit. Had the UPS shirt, found a box, went with the good old Lonely Island dick in the box. Real low effort, real high reward. I'm proud of that one.
That's what Halloween costumes are all about, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Let's get into this second to last sauce here. We have Scorpion Disco, Karma Scorpion Disco hot sauce coming in at 650,000 Scoville. My tongue is on fire. I can only imagine how well you're doing, Mr. Botanist.
Yeah, I'm doing just about as well as you. Not quite the experience. You luckily have some nice airflow on top of your nice, smooth, bald head.
Certainly, aerodynamic.
I need to install some sort of fan ventilation system in the helmet. You can't even talk.
Fantastic. All right, well, let's get into it.
Cheers.
So, you played your first festival this year. What was that like? And can you just expand a little bit upon what makes it different from then doing just a regular show?
Yeah, I would say the festival was an incredible experience. For those who don't know, it was Hags Festival in San Diego. Started by my buddies Jack Haggerty and Alex Lake. This was the first festival they threw. They did an incredible job. A lot of work throwing a festival nowadays. They really stepped it up.
Whew. You're doing great. Keep it together, baby.
And so when they hit me up about playing it, I was like, yeah, of course. And then the rest of the lineup got announced, playing with some other legends like Coastal, Jay Pryor, Odd Mob, Snake Hips. So it was a great experience. Unreal venue right along the beach. Beautiful day, lots of friends there. So yeah, it was a great experience. Start to do some more.
Definitely. Before we get to this last wing here, I want to touch on a color. Blue. Blue Velvet, Lana Del Rey. Blue Eyes, Elton John. Blue Christmas, Elvis Presley. Blue World, The Botanist. Would you say you have a blue world?
I would say I have a pretty green world. I'd say things are pretty lively, pretty happening. You know, on days like this, I do have a blue world. Winter in LA, hard to beat. Blue skies everywhere. But no, I'd say everybody has blue days, but it's important to realize that a blue day is not a blue life. Blue days make you appreciate the green days.
It's a great take. Would you say you're a fan of the Blue Jays?
You know what? No.
When was the last time you had blue balls?
You know, funny enough, I woke up this morning with some pain down in the other region. Yeah, today was a blue world down south.
All right. Fantastic. Well, let's do it. We've reached the 10th wing. Here in Hot Ones, we do something called the last dab. With our sauce, the last dab, which is where, if you want, optional, don't need to, you can put a little extra of this hot sauce on your wing. Just a little bit, just, you know, give it a little bit of spice. That was more than I was anticipating.
Oh, all right, I'm gonna match you.
I'm gonna dump some of it off.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
For the camera.
Lovely.
There we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
This has been incredible. All right,
Here we go.
let's get it.
All right.
That one's going quick. So before we wrap up here, I just want to touch upon what's what you hope to achieve in 2024. What do you have your eyes on?
I have my eyes on the ice cubes. 2024. 2023 was a great year, accomplished a lot. Have a long way to go. 2024, I think it's going to be mainly focused on putting out more music. Got one out on Spotify right now, aiming to do one every single month. Get everybody some new music this entire year.
Cool.
Just go from there. Got a new one coming out January 10th. How Did I Get Here? A little disco bop. It's going to be a fun one to start the year. And then got a lot more coming through after that.
Fantastic. Well, seems like you already know the deal, but this camera. Tell the people if you got anything else going on, if you have anyone in your life you'd like to shout out, any supporters, anyone that's, helping make the Botanist run behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out all the fans, all my body thotties. You're the ones I do it for. Love seeing you out in the crowd at every single show. Like I said, new single coming out January 10th. How Did I Get Here? Pre-save it on Spotify. I'm sure we'll link that in here. And yeah, just stay tuned. We got a big year. Some big shows coming soon. I'll be in LA, I'll be in SD, I'll be in New York. So wherever I am, come see me.
Fantastic. Mr. Botanist, you've done fantastic here. It's been a pleasure. Looking forward to having you on another time.
Absolutely. And Sean, I actually have a gift for you.
Yeah. A gift
stay
for
right
me.
here. Stay right here.
I usually don't get the gifts, but I'll take it. This is gonna be a first, a Hot Ones first.
You know, Sean, you did so great today. I decided you can join the crew.
This is amazing. Oh my God.
Welcome.
I feel indestructible. Thank you.
You are.
Thank you. This is
Always wear a helmet. Always wear a helmet, kids.
Cheers.